Here on a cool night at Wrigley, and we get set to watch Kyle Hendricks pitch for the first time since July of last year. Mets and Cubs as the Cubs go for the sweep.
Brandon Nimmo leads off. Nimmo greets him with a base hit up the middle. And so the Mets have their leadoff man on.
So leadoff man on. Here's Francisco Lindor.
Lindor lifts one out to left center, and Tauchman comes over in the gap to get it. One out. McNeil takes low, ball 4, and the Mets have 2 men on. So Hendricks, who's had seasons where he averaged less than a walk per 9 innings, issues a walk in the first inning.
Perfect time for Pete Alonso. 2 on and 1 out. Top of the first inning in Chicago. Low and away, ball 4. Tried the changeup that had Alonso out in front earlier in the at-bat, and now single, walk. The bases are loaded with 1 out for Brett Baty.
And Brett swings at the first pitch and flies it out to center. The wind will knock it down. Tauchman coming in. Nimmo tagging at third. Nimmo is coming home, and the throw goes to second base, and the Mets have a first inning run. Only the second time in the last 18 games that the Mets have scored first. Baty's sacrifice fly makes it 1-0 New York.
On the ground, that one to third, and picking it up and stepping on the bag is Wisdom, and that's the inning. The Mets strike first. The professor is back in class. It's 1-0 New York. Cubs coming up to hit.
And Carlos Carrasco will contend with them tonight.
It's only his 5th start of the year. His last start was against the Guardians. Gave up the 3-run home run to Naylor in that first inning. He really had a rough run at it.
Nico Hoerner homered through the wind last night, and Hoerner bounces one behind the bag at third. Beatty makes the long throw on a hop, and Alonso secures it to retire Hoerner 1 away.
Swanson, 4 home runs. He's driven in 20.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards left center field. This one pretty well struck on its way. Gone! Dansby Swanson has tied it up. His 5th of the year, and it's 1-1.
Well, the wind howling in, or is it just blowing in? Well, sometimes it doesn't matter depending on where you hit it.
All right, Zach, we go to the second inning. Daniel Vogelbach, very solidly built left-handed batter. Fastball, strike 3 called, knee high, outside corner. Vogelbach didn't like it. That's out number 1. Strikeout number 1 for Kyle Hendricks.
Got him to chase, back-to-back strikeouts.
Again, there's that glove side changeup he's able to throw away to a right-handed hitter.
Drifted to center. Tauchman started back, now in towards the shade, and he makes the catch. Hendricks gets him 1-2-3. We're midway in the second. It is 1-1.
Jeff McNeil to the plate with 2 away.
Neal, and he flicks one into left center field, and that's down for a base hit. Happ comes over and cuts it off, so McNeil has his first hit in the series, a 2-out single.
And Pete Alonso is next.
And Alonso floats that one behind shortstop, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So on the changeup, Pete got enough of it to dump it into left field, and the Mets have back-to-back 2-out hits. So 2 out and 2 on, and now Brett Baty, who drove in the Mets run with a sacrifice fly in the first inning. And he pulls that toward the hole, base hit! McNeil around third, heads for the plate. Suzuki's throw will go to third. Alonso arrives there safely, and the ball gets away. Down to second goes Baty. Alonso holds at third. It's 2-1 New York. So Brett Baty with both RBIs for the Mets tonight, stuck one through the right side, and the Mets with 3 straight 2-out hits take a 2-1 lead.
So Baty to second. Alonso's at third. Here's Starling Marte.
Reaches for one and pokes it into right, a base hit. Alonso in. Here comes Baty. He'll score. It's a 2-run single for Starling Marte, and the Mets have put together a 3-run third inning, all after 2 out and nobody on. 4-1 New York.
Happ lined out to right his first time.
Fly ball, shallow left. On comes Canna, long run, and it drops. The wind kept grabbing it and bringing it back toward the infield, and Canna just couldn't get there, and Ian Happ has a base hit.
Down low, and that's ball 4. And they're loaded. And here comes Tauchman with the bases full.
Tauchman rolls one slowly. McNeil comes in to get it. And Carrasco gets out of trouble in the third. Cubs leave them loaded. 4-1 New York after 3.
4-1 Mets, top of the 5th.
That's up the middle, and McNeil's got his second hit of the night. A walk and 2 singles for McNeil. And the Mets have a 1-out base runner in the 5th.
McNeil's been the smartest hitter on the field. Line drives.
Inside, and Alonso's hit by the pitch. Well, the Mets have gone a few games without getting plunked. They still lead the league. It's their 29th, and Alonso's on base for the 3rd time tonight. And that's going to be it for Hendricks. So his last pitch is the one that plunks Alonso, and after 86 pitches and 4 1/3 innings in his season debut, Kyle Hendricks' work is done.
First and second and 1 out. The hot Brett Beatty, there was a sac fly and an RBI single in this game, has 2 more ducks on the pond for him.
Runners go, and the throw to third goes down the left field line, and McNeil will come in to score. The Mets run a double steal with McNeil and Alonso, and Gomes throws it down the line, and it's 5-1 New York.
Swing and a miss. Got him on a 3-2. And there's 2 down.
A bouncer to first. Fielded on a belt-high hop by Mervis. Has to race to the bag in time to beat Marte. Hughes was late covering. 3 unassisted. That ends the top half of the 5th inning. It's 5-1 New York.
Here's Jeff McNeil with 1 away. Swing, he slaps it the opposite way, a base hit. It's a 3-hit day for Jeff McNeil. He takes a big turn at first base, but he pulls up there, and the Mets have a 1-out base runner. Here's Pete Alonso.
And he hits one in the air to right, chasing Suzuki back into the well near the wall, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso goes the other way. His 2nd home run of the series, his 19th of the year, a 2-run shot, and it's 7-1 New York. Vogelbach at third, Alvarez at second, and Nimmo lines it into right center, a base hit, and that'll bring in 2. Vogelbach is in, Alvarez will score, Nimmo round second, he's going to try for 3. Horner's relay throw to third, not in time. It's a 2-run triple for Brandon Nimmo. 9-1 New York. Well, there's Lindor's first hit of the series. That brings in Nimmo to make it 10-1.
Lots of changes. That guy's on the mound. Tucker Barnhart, his 2nd career pitching opportunity.
Hits a fly ball to right. It's going to be caught by Suzuki, and the side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts by Tommy Hunter here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 down.
And Mastroboni hits one about 6 inches, and Nito throws him out to end the game. And thus the Mets win a laugher and take the final game of the series in Chicago after dropping the first 2. Pete Alonso hits his 19th home run. Mets had 15 hits, and they wallop the Cubs 10-1 behind Carlos Carrasco.